What's happening, everybody? We're going to be checking out a pair of shoes that come to us all the way from the Netherlands by way of Nike. The Air Max 1 is a classic silhouette on its own, but when you add in the collaborative team that went into this shoe, you're just building on the legend. I'm talking about the Patta and Nike Air Max 1, and we're lucky enough to have the night maroon colorway with us here today. Before we make the jump though, thanks for joining us on another episode of Deadstock Media. If you're into everything shoe related, including today's heat, yesterday's releases, tips for adding to your own collection, and even giveaways, think about liking, subscribing, and turning on all notifications so you're the first to know when we add new content. Now, let's get to it. I feel like today's unboxing is going to be a treat for everyone involved. We're going to be checking out the night maroon colorway of the Air Max 1, which is actually a collab between Nike and the Amsterdam streetwear company, Patta. Nike and Patta brought us 4 different colorways of this classic model in the latter half of 2021, with all 4 launching at the flagship Patta store in Amsterdam, and 3 of the 4 colorways coming to the US by way of the SNKRS app shortly thereafter. The sneaker game is actually a cruel and unfair mistress sometimes, so while I was in the running for all 4 colorways, I actually only netted one of them, and don't feel bad for me because I'm pretty hyped that I got the maroon colorway myself. Can't help but notice how distinct the box and the packaging is, from the Nike and Patta logos to all the words that dress the box itself. There's no shortage of things going on in this packaging. If you happen to be looking at the shoebox with any knowledge of the 2021 Nike Patta releases, you know that the detailing is actually a tribute to those shoes. The burnt orange Patta is an homage to that model. The light blue Nike swoosh is a tribute to that model. The black and silver lettering on the box is a tribute to that model. And the maroon Lobo Livy lettering is actually a tribute to the models that we have here today. Myself personally, I'm into small elements that create a larger imprint, and the detailing on this box is definitely one of those things for me. When we pop open the box, we see the distinct tissue paper wrapping these shoes. There are 3 revolutionary style fists portrayed, and once again, I'm digging the detail here before we even get into the shoe. But as we do, we're welcome to all sorts of dopeness. And I mean, the first thing that pops to me is just the overall aesthetic of this shoe in general. You have this beetroot leather wrapped around the entire upper. You have this gray mesh that pops to the eye. You have this off-white cream-colored midsole. And then you have this burnt orange sock liner and this hit of color on the back too. There's really no shortage of unique splashes here. I mean, this maroon leather, it's soft and it wraps around the shoe beautifully. This gray mesh is reminiscent of several Air Maxes that I have, but it's really pleasing to the eye, and I find myself coming back to it over and over in different lights. Traveling down the shoe, we have this cream egg off-white midsole that I think it suits the shoe just beautifully. It fits the fall motif of this, and it adds to the overall design because it makes it look like the shoe has, you know, some years on this earth already. And frankly, I think that a white splash would have just been too bright and off-putting from this model in general. Comes equipped with the classic air unit that we all know and love. And as we turn the shoe over, we're met by the sole, which is kind of an interesting color to me. There are certain lights where it looks, you know, almost maroon, like the color of the leather, and then there are other times and other lights where it looks a little bit more brown, purple, almost winey. So, I mean, that throws me a little bit, but I still like it. There are a couple design elements that I want to shout out on this shoe, from the reflective element right under the swoosh that will keep you shining in the sunlight, to the burnt orange logo and Nike insignia on the back. I really appreciate this because it's a shade or 2 lighter than the sock liner. I'm not sure if you guys can tell right there, but it adds a little contrast to this shoe. Yeah, I'm definitely into it. As we come back to the front of the shoe, I can't help but notice the tongue tag right there. The tag itself is white, but the reflective silver on it really makes it pop. The tongue itself is a soft suede or nubuck material. It seems like comfort was probably the name of the game there. And the laces, I would say they're a shade more wine colored than the leather itself. There is a difference there. Nike did include spare laces in the mix. The secondary laces that come in the box are actually maroon colored, so they'll match the leather to a T. Like I said earlier, I'm big into small details, and this is one of those packages that there was a little bit more in the box than what I had bargained for. Included in my box, I got a bracelet that features Nike, Patta, and the flag for the nation of Suriname. This is a dope little trinket, and while I don't wear bracelets myself, it's a really cool keepsake for Patta to offer, so thank you. Have it, guys, another unboxing in the books, and I just want to send a little appreciation out to those of you that watch and inspire us to make these videos. It really is dope getting to interact and hear about the shoe game from all of you, so if you're interested in following us on Instagram or TikTok, I encourage you to do that. So once again, thanks for hanging with us. This has been Tyler with Deadstock Media, signing off.